4,000 miles away from his bedroom in the UK, covering all your favorite sports, he's high in demand. From baseball to football, he's got every angle covered. He's gonna watch your team, even when they get smothered. It's Heisty, it is Jolly Good Takes. Introducing your host, Liam.
Hello and welcome to this live stream for game number 3 between the San Francisco Giants and the Miami Marlins. The Giants then have lost 2 out of 2 of the games in this series so far. They will be looking to avoid the sweep behind Logan Webb, and they will be facing Ryan Gusto for the Marlins. Ryan Gusto is 0-2 with a 7.24 ERA. So expect him to dominate the Giants because that always seems to be the case. As what's up, everybody? How are you guys doing? Zim, Bob, Insane. It's an early game over there in the West Coast, but not so early here in the UK. Actually, a good start time. As let's get to the lineup for your San Francisco Giants. It's going to be Luis Ariz leading off, followed by Bryce Eldridge, Casey Schmidt, Devers, Lee, Adamas, Chapman, Gilbert, and Daniel Suzak. As Zimzim says, these letters piss me off. Do they, Zimzim? I actually quite like the new look layout as I adjusted it today. And for the Marlins, it's going to be Marcy in centre, Po9 in right, Xavier Edwards will be the second baseman, Kyle Stowers will be playing first today, Otto Lopez will be the shortstop, Owen Casey will be the DH, Asturi Ruiz will be the left fielder, Mack will be the catcher, and Connor Norby will be the third baseman. So that is your Miami Marlins team. The Miami Marlins are 1 game over 500. The San Francisco Giants 14 games under. As guys, did you see today? We had a report out by Bob Nightingale, and that said the Giants are looking to move Matt Chapman, Luis Ariz, and Robbie Ray before the trade deadline. What do you guys think of that? Insane. Do I have red lights in your room? Why does it seem so red right now, lol? Um, I do, insane. I don't have red lights, but I've got red curtains, and when the sun's shining at this time of day, while the sun's setting, it has a red glare. So, if it's annoying, I apologize. There's not much I can do to fix it. Unless, let me try lifting the curtain up actually, and so I'm not bright red. Let's see if this makes a difference. All right. Is that better, guys? I think it looks a little bit better. I'm not as red. As Zimzum says, they are pessimistic about Adams and Devers. I did see that, Zimzum. Let's let's hope they can trade one of them. But what I gather from that is they've had a read around the room, asked other teams about their interests, and they've been shut down, and rightly so, probably. Insane says the good news is at least we can get rid of Chappie as long as the he waives his no trade clause. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Is that no trade clause because Matt Chapman, he said he's happy in San Francisco. That's where he grew up as a kid. His family is all settled. He's got young children. So we will see. I don't think he will waive his no trade clause. But maybe but suppose he knows something we don't know. As Luis Rise takes a strike, and we are underway here in Miami. A 10:40 a.m. game time start where you guys are, most of you. I know Spencer and Scott can't be here today. They are out. As a happy Father's Day to everyone and all the fathers out there. It is Father's Day. So got to put that out there. I hope you guys all have the rise hits a drive to left field. That one is going to be caught by Asturi Ruiz in left. Nice play there by Asturi Ruiz. The Marlins are wearing the weird kind of turquoise uniforms today. As Insane says, teams will probably be more interested in rentals at the deadline. Yes, that is That's probably right. As here's Bryce Eldridge. Eldridge will take way high, and I just want to know. Eldridge went 1 for 4 yesterday with 3 strikeouts. He's got the blue bat then for Father's Day. As Zim Zim says, as there's a ground ball to the shortstop, Otto Lopez will fire it over to Carl Stowers for out number 2. Anthony says Bob Nightingale thinks the impending CBA may affect the prospects market, so it could be a deadline. Yeah, Anthony, I was worried about that because if you got a player on 2 years left, it's kind of like the buying team's going to say, "Well, I'm only going to get him for 1 year." The selling team's going to say, "I ain't getting him for 1 year. I'm getting him for two. You're going to get them for two." So we want 2 years worth of prospects. As Schmidt takes high, he does not swing at the first pitch, and it's 1-0. And the buying team's going to say, "We're only getting him for half a year. We're not going to give up much." So Anthony, I think Bob Nightingale is spot on that one. A Zim Zim, I don't know where the Nightingale article is. I just saw a couple of tweets put that out there. As it's 1-1 here to Casey Schmidt. Casey Schmidt went 3 for 4 yesterday. He had 2 doubles and a home run. He hit the ball over 1,000 feet yesterday, but just the one home run. As it's 2-1 to Casey Schmidt. I gotta say, I prefer the Mother's Day, the pink bats and the pink arm sleeves and shin guards. As Schmidt with a swing and a miss, as Zimzin says, and it's 2-2. Anthony says, I don't give a shit if Matt Chapman grew up in the Bay Area. The bottom line is he isn't producing to the team's terms of his contract. Either he produces or gets the hell out. Yeah, I agree, Anthony. It's just will he waive that no trade clause? Let's hope he does. As the 2-2 pitch to Casey Schmidt is a drive to right field. That one, though, should be playable for Conine, and it is, and that is out number 3. We go to the bottom of the first. Logan Webb will be due up then on this Sunday Father's Day game. Oh, Anthony, as a fan, I couldn't give a crap about where Matt Chapman grew up. What are you doing for me right now is what I care about. And if he's not performing to his contract, as you said, I don't want you. I want that money better invested in the bullpen, a starting pitcher. I want Casey Schmidt to be the third baseman. And actually, if you trade Chapman, you could maybe look to extend Luis Ariz because you need a second baseman. But I wouldn't do that because I still think with the prospects coming up, your Johnny Levels, your Luis Hernandez, your Joshua De Jesus Gonzalez, your Gavin Keelan, I think that's where you want second base to be open. Maybe one of them can play at second in the future, or you move Adamas from shortstop to second base because his defense at shortstop's been awful. So I would not like a logjam, but if you trade Chapman, Schmidt can play his natural position, and then you can have a rotating at second base for a year or two before these prospects arrive. But let's see if Bo Davidson makes his debut this season as well. That should be exciting. As the starting lineup for the Marlins is Marcy, Conine, Edwards, Stowers, Lopez, Casey, Ruiz, Mac, and Norby. As Wilson, what's up? Yes, let's try and get a win for Logan Webb. Logan Webb, he's 4-4 with a 3.46 ERA. Much better since returning from the injury. For his last 4 starts, he's got the lowest ERA in all of baseball. So let's hope he can get a win on Father's Day and make everyone happy. As Anthony says, I think if they gave a Rice 2 years, it would be fine. But if he wants like 20 million for 4 or more, then he can piss off. Yeah, Anthony, I don't want to pay him anywhere near that much money. I think he'll just go to the highest bidder, and I see someone giving him more than 2 years. As there's a strike to Marcy, it was a sinker there down the middle at 91, and it's 0-1. I don't see Arise only signing for a 2-year contract. I think with his improved defense, a team may give him 4 for 65, 70 million. As it's 0-2 here to Marcy. Insane. I think he wants 4 years for sure. Guys really only have one chance to get. Yeah, exactly insane. Exactly. And Juice says you're assuming. What's up, Juice? By the way, Juice says you're assuming he wants to remain a giant. Look, as that pitch is high to Amasi. Juice, I think it'll be the highest bidder for Luis Rice. He'll get his bag. So whoever offers him the most money, that's where I see him going. But it's a fair point. Maybe he won't want to come to the Giants. If there's 5 million in it, maybe he may pick a winning organization. As there's a line drive to left field, Casey Schmidt going over to his right is going to make the catch via the foul line, and that will be out number one. So, guys, we've had one World Cup today, one World Cup game today as well. Spain were winning 4-0. Uh, let's see. I'm just checking. Is it still 4-0? Yeah, 4-0 Spain over Saudi Arabia. So Lamine Yamal started. They scored 3 goals in the first half, and look, Lamine Yamal, he scored. He's a pretty special player. As the OO pitch here to Conine, sorry, is a ball low, and it's 1-1, 1-0, sorry, with this sweeper. As Insane says, I think, sorry, Anthony says the 25 draft class should be ready. 28, they need roster spots open and ready to go. That, Anthony, that's a fair point. As there's a drive to right field, Lee coming in will make the catch, and 2 quick outs here for Logan Webb. Yeah, Anthony, I think we're in the same boat. I don't want a logjam in the infield. I want to see some of these young prospects given a chance. As here's Xavier Edwards. Xavier Edwards batting 286 and a 788 OPS. Actually, he's fallen off a little bit because when he came to San Francisco, he was batting well over 300. So he'll probably get it going though soon. As I do like the blue bats, just not as much as the Mother Day bats. As there's a strike to Xavier Edwards with a sweeper, and it is 0-2. Xavier Edwards, there you go. Last 50 games, he's batting 247. I said he has fallen off a little bit. As the 0-2 pitch is a close pitch, called a ball, and the Giants will not challenge. And it's 1-2. I always find that embarrassing. Why did Suzak start going towards the dugout like it's the end of the inning, and then you don't challenge it? It makes no sense. As Atlanta, I can see at the bottom, are already 1-0 up over the Brewers as they are going for a sweep um, of Milwaukee in that good top of the NL showdown. Anthony, I'm sure Webb knows. I think he's learned what no run sport is anyway. But no, you're going to be right. As the 2-2 pitch here to Xavier Edwards by Logan Webb is low, and it's 3-2. What do you guys think about the new setup, by the way? The new little I made a few tweaks. Zimzim says he doesn't like the letters, but I actually think it looks pretty cool with the scoreboard at the bottom. As the 3-2 pitch is a swing and a miss at a sweeper in the middle of the zone by Xavier Edwards. And we will go to the top of the second. It is nothing, nothing. No base runners. Devers will lead off for the Giants. As Webb is the only good pitcher we've actually got right now in this organization, I think. As Anthony likes it. I didn't know where to put the scoreboard, but you guys said the bottom is the best, and I do think it looks the best at the bottom. Sometimes the logos can be tough to see on some of the teams, so apologize for that. But I think it adds to the broadcast, and it gives you guys the times of the games that's going on. Because Ethan, I know Ethan comes in here often. Ethan said he always asks, "When do these teams play?" So that does show you. Although, I don't know why it says Blue Jays Cubs final unless that game was postponed. As Anthony says, "Damn, Webb looks like he needed those 3 weeks off." Anthony, it's a miracle what 3 weeks off has done to him. He looked awful before going on the IL. Since then, he's been like the best pitcher in baseball. It's amazing. Zimzim says, "I like it, but it should be just SF instead of SFG." Um, I get that, Zimzim. I'll try that out. Yeah, the Cubs was postponed. Okay, that makes sense. I just like having the 3 letters for the Giants one and the 3 letters for Miami. I think it looks cleaner with a 3 and a 3. But, I could try that out, Zim Zim, after the stream, see, which one I prefer. But, no, always want your guys' input. As Insane says, hopefully this team wakes up and realizes that we aren't going anywhere. The next 2 years with Webb and trade him now for a massive haul. Yes, I want to trade Logan Webb, Insane, to the A's for Gage Jump, and I think it's Trevor Arnold. That I may be slightly off on Trevor Arnold. It's Terry on Arnold, something like that. Is their number 3 prospect. But Gage Jump is a really good young pitcher, as that is a cool strike to Devers at the top of the zone with the four-seam fastball, and it's 0-1. But I agree. I would trade Logan Webb. I would be trading anyone that you possibly can, as the 0-1 pitch to Devers is low and it's 1-1. I would even think about trading Casey Schmidt. If you could get a good young pitcher, I would trade Casey Schmidt, which I know Zim Zim Terran Arnold. Yeah, he's a cornerback for the Lions. I was thinking, um, that's why that name's in my head though. It's Devers on a check swing goes around and it's 1-2. But no, go young. I'm okay watching a losing team if they're young. I just can't deal with a team 14 games under when they've got all this money tied up to all these old players. It's so frustrating. So it's 1-2 here to Devers as he uses a timeout. It's amazing what a difference. I'm full of energy for this game, with it being a 20-7 start here. As Devers, it's a high foul ball to the left side down the third base line, and it will remain 1-2. So 1-2 here to Rafi Devers. When there's other sports on, maybe I should put the World Cup on the little ticker at the bottom. But when there's like NFL or basketball on, as that pitch is a cool strike through to Rafi Devers for out number 1. We'll have all the sports shuffle round on the graphic. As Zim Zim's calling Devers an idiot. How about swing the bat? As Juice says, Devers Devering. Well, I liked the joke the other day. Rafi Devers got a devastating. He's devastating. At eating McDonald's. As Insane says, we really traded Harrison for a shell of himself, Devers. Yeah, that trade's only going to look worse for years to come as Kyle Harrison gets better and Devers gets worse. As it's 1-0 here to Jung-Hoo Lee. As Gusto fires to Lee high and it's 2-0. The I don't know if this is a down year for Devers or this is just who Devers is going to be for the Giants. Spencer, he's not on here today, but he always says old man Devers. As the 2-0 pitch is low and it's 3-0. So that's we'll see. Is it a down year for Rafi or is this who he is? Is he not really 29? Is he slightly older? As that pitch is outside to Jung-Hoo Lee, and that'll be a lead-off walk. Because it's just weird to me. I know he's changed ballparks, but the drop-off from his 28 to 29 season, it doesn't make sense. 29, you're in your prime. How can you have such a drop-off? As Anthony says, I can't wait for Ramos to get back, and I can't believe I'm saying that. I know, Anthony, I wanted Ramos traded. I thought they were going to trade him in the off-season. As here's Willie Adamas as Gusto fires low, but Adamas swings to that pitch like a twat, and it's 0-1. No, Ramos, his bat is pretty good. His defense is still leaves a lot to be desired. And I thought Posey going, we want a team built on pitching and defense. I thought they were going to get rid of him because of how bad his base running and defense was. But they kept him as that pitch is inside to Adamas, and it's 1-1. And yeah, now he's like, we want him back because we cannot deal with the centre field spot. Although Gilbert had 3 hits yesterday. I think when Ramos gets back, as the 1-1 pitch to Adamas is a sinker down the middle, but fouled out of play. It'd be interesting. Do they put Ramos in right, um, Schmidt in left field, and Jung-Hoo Lee, they move him back to centre? Or are they gonna trade a rise, put Schmidt at second base, and then put Ramos in left? That could be a possibility, as well as the 1-2 pitch to Adamas is fouled down the third base line, and it remains 1-2. Anthony says Ramos should be a DH, but they can't place him there, unfortunately. I agree, Anthony. He is definitely a DH. I think if a team like Cleveland or Milwaukee had him, he would definitely be a DH for those teams. But with the Giants, with Eldridge and Devers as Adamas fouls that pitch off, and it remains 1-2, there's no room for him at all to be a DH. But it's not just his defense; his base running is atrocious as well. How many stop signs did he run through last year with Matt Williams and Hector Borg earlier in the year? It's that was atrocious. Like, can we please look at the third base coach? That annoys me so much. Yeah, you may think you're better than them, but that's their guy's job. They get paid a few 100,000 to stand there and tell you what to do. So that's my opinion on Ramos. No, Zimzim. I like Ramos because he's homegrown. He's young and he does play with passion. When he hits a home run, I love how excited he gets. It's a kid's game. That's his job, and he loves hitting a home run, and I love that. As the 1-2 pitch here to Adamas is a swing and a miss and a sweep up. Adamas is so bad. No wonder no one wants to trade for him. Um, but no, I also wanted to say I was there for Elliot Ramos's first career home run, and I also filmed that, and that's the only home run I've ever filmed. But I filmed it live. I had a feeling he was going to hit a home run, so I've got that on my phone. Willie Adamas's first career home run. Sorry, Elliot Ramos's first career home run. As Insane says, Adamas reminds him so much of Harvey Baez. Yes, absolutely, Insane. And it's funny you bring Harvey Baez up because didn't Harvey Baez forget how many outs there were once when he was running the bases? As there's a called strike to Matt Chapman and its own one, and then they actually benched Harvey Baez because I think was he on the Tigers and their manager actually had some balls, unlike Tony Vitello, when they should have benched Willie Adames when forgetting how many outs there were, because that is unacceptable. As Chapman fouls that pitch off and it's 0-2, a sweeper right down the middle. Gusto, he's got an ERA over 7, but he's going to shut down the Giants, isn't he? As Insane says Chapman looks like he gained 20 pounds yesterday. I see what you mean. I do see what you mean, Insane. He's like, "Don't trade me. Please don't trade me. I'm fat now. You can't trade me." Anthony, I cannot deal with a streaky player. Yes, he's batting his career numbers, but I want a consistent player. As the catcher, then the ball came off of him from Matt Chapman's bat, and he's just I don't know what they're doing. If they're checking if he's okay, readjusting his gear or something, but I think they're just checking to see if he's okay here. Zimzim, you want Jonah Cox? I like that them saving Jonah Cox on the bench. Armon, what's up? How you doing, Armon? Giants are so bad. The Mets, Armon, what happened last night with the Mets? That was a crazy scoreline. Schwarber, 3 home runs, and Bryce Harper a cycle by the 5th inning. But we both know, Armon, both our teams just they suck. It's a shame, and there's going to be no baseball next year. So this is the product they're leaving out for us. It's such a shame. As a catcher, then he looks like he's hurt his right hand, his throwing hand. We'll see. He's just throwing some balls to the third baseman there. We'll see if his hand's okay. As Armon last night was disgusting. Yeah, that's unacceptable. The Giants, they're shit, but they don't actually get blown out by 14 or whatever it is. They just their bullpen just blows all the games. But Anthony says the throwing arm got smashed by the ball. That must be pretty painful. As Lee takes some water. We'll see if the Marlins catcher Mac will stay in the game. Yeah, well, why not? they have hydration breaks in the World Cup. As the camera's frozen it. Bloody camera. Good thing, they need a break, and that gives me time to adjust the camera. Alright, we're back. Yeah, apologies for that, the camera. Sometimes the camera overheats, um, and then it freezes, but, it should be fine for now. So it's 0-2 here to Matt Chapman, or Matt Crapman, as, Dan likes to call, him, as that 0-2 pitch is close and a cool strike three. Chapman, who doesn't know the fucking strike zone, should use a challenge. He doesn't challenge like a dumbass. That's a veteran there. That pitch was at least 2 inches outside the outside corner, and he doesn't even challenge it. Come on, Matt Chapman. We're going to the bottom of the second. Nothing, nothing. Lee then's about the only one that can actually do something on this team right now. Zimzim wants Chapman gone to the Yankees. I could see the Yankees trading for Chapman. I just couldn't see Chapman waiving his no trade clause to go on the East Coast. I think if Chapman gets traded, it's to a West Coast team. That's what I think, and I don't see the A's doing it. Maybe it's like a team like the Mariners, but who's the Mariners' third baseman? I don't know. As Insane says, Chapman fans here don't like you. Why would you want to stay? Insane. I think Chapman shuts that out for the most part. Um, I think the death threats, that's not nice, but I think he still loves the Bay Area. Uh, Armon says that the Yanks won't trade for Chapman and his contract. You're probably right, Armon. Did you see Armon the stream with Marty Lurie, both Glens and Eric from Giant Sports Talk Live? Did you see that stream when Marty Lurie said that the Brewers may trade for Matt Chapman and give him an extension? I mean, what are we talking about? The Brewers, the most run well team in baseball, are going to trade for Matt Chapman. I mean, come on, really, really, what are we talking about there? Armand says Colt Emerson, the young shortstop, is the Mariners' third baseman. Hey, maybe if he's not ready, they did give him a big contract, I believe, but if he's not ready, um, maybe they would trade for Matt Chapman. I doubt it, but maybe they would. Insane says other teams think Chapman is better than he actually is, Armon. Um, as there's a drive by Stowers to right centre field. That ball's carrying. That ball is going to leave the yard. 1-0 Miami as Kyle Stowers goes deep. Well, that's good for my fantasy team, but not good for the Giants. So 1-0 Miami as Logan Webb, if you're going to get no run support, you're already in line for a loss here. As every time the Giants go down 1-0, I always think it's a bad sign. That was a tank by Kyle Stowers. Stowers, one of the best hitters in baseball. He's kind of struggled recently, but he did not struggle there. As that one went a long way. Armand, Mariners also have Brendan Donovan. Yeah. Brandon Donovan, yes, from the Cardinals. Armand, that's a good point. I forgot about that. Yeah. No chance the Mariners trade for him. I was just thinking of West Coast teams. Obviously, the Angels aren't going to trade for him. I don't see the A's trading for him because of they're kind of going young. They don't spend that kind of money. As Otto Lopez hits a ground ball to Willie Adames. Adames makes a nice play there as Devers scoops it out of the dirt for out number one. Adames then with an actual good defensive play. I don't believe it. As every time Insane leaves for 10 seconds, something bad happens. Yep, Insane. That that's always the way. Like I always think when I'm at a football match or a soccer match, every time I leave to go to the toilet, they always score. The other team. I always think, for God's sake, as there's a called strike to Owen Casey. Owen Casey had a massive game one of this series, and this umpire strike zone's a little big. So that's what I'd be telling as a manager. I'd say to my players, look, guys, as there's a swing and a foul ball, and it's 0-2. This umpire strike zone's big. Do you think there's a pitch that's a ball? It probably is, because that's the trend of this umpire. I think you got to use that. If I'm looking at an umpire and he's having a great game, then I'm going to be more reluctant to challenge unless I guarantee, no, it's a wrong call. But I'd be looking at this umpire going, not that good. Let's challenge a few times here. As Insane says, Adama's making a routine play look hard. Gimmick again, lol. Yeah, no, Insane. What's he? He's increasing his trade value. Insane. No, he has no trade value. I think Harvey Byers is a great comparison for Adamas. Juice put a little emoji in there. What emoji is that? Is it a gasser little gas pump? Is it? As it's 2-2 here to Owen Casey. Insane. No, I already read that one out. And Anthony says that guy always hits bombs against the Giants. Yep. The Marlins always win against the Giants, guys. As Owen Casey goes down on strikes, and it's 2 outs here for Logan Webb. By the way, guys, if you could smash that like button and subscribe, I'm pretty sure all of you are subscribed. But if you're not, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button because it helps out the channel. And if you like the content here on Jolly Good Takes, we are streaming baseball games every day. We will be streaming a World Cup game tomorrow as well. And we'll be streaming NFL when that happens, a bit of ice hockey, a bit of basketball, a little bit of everything. Mostly American sports, though, here on Jolly Good Takes. As Asturi Ruiz, the former A and Dodger, is behind 0-1. As Webb fires the 0-1 pitch, that is a called strike on the outside corner. That one was way out of the zone. I'm telling you, guys, this umpire is a strike caller. He loves to call the strike. And right now, Suzak's having a field day getting all these calls framed. So it's 0-2 here to Asturi Ruiz. As the 0-2 pitch is wide and it's 1-2. Webb went with a four-seam fastball there, kind of changed the eye level to try and set him up with a changer for a sweeper down low. I'd actually go back in with a fastball at the hands because I'd be saving that sweeper and change it for the second time through the order. As there's a changeup, uncompetitive changeup in the dirt outside, never started as a strike and finished in the dirt. So you're never going to get a swing on that pitch, and that was a waste of a pitch in a 1-2 count. So it's 2-2 here to Asturi Ruiz. Ruiz, as he swings and fouls the 2-2 pitch off, he was hit by a pitch in game one. That led to 2 runs scoring in the bottom of the 7th inning. And that was the difference in the game as the Marlins took that game. Zim Zim, the Brewers with an 8-run inning. Really? We'll see that come through on the live ticker then. As the 2-2 pitch is a swing and a miss on a changeup by Ruiz. He goes down on strikes. There's a home run, though, for Kyle Stowers. There's no boom boom baseball when the teams against the Giants hit a home run. But we do play that when other teams hit it, just not against the Giants. So we go to the top of the third. It's 1-0 Miami as the Giants are looking to avoid getting swept. Um, it's not a good start so far as the offense has been putrid. As Insane says, watch us lose this game 1-0. Insane, yeah, could be right. I remember last year in Miami, I'm pretty sure we lost 1-0. That might have been Logan Webb. It would not surprise me. Anything wouldn't surprise me. As Armand says, I think this trade deadline is going to suck because of the CBA. Yeah, I think Anthony or Insane had a comment in there earlier saying that as well. I agree. Armand, when I was on Giant Sports Talk Live a couple of months ago, I think you were on there as well, and we were saying how because all these players that have 2 years left on their contract, Teams that are selling them are gonna want 2 years worth of prospects, and teams that are buying them are gonna say, "Well, I'm only getting them for half a year. I don't wanna give you that much." And there's gonna be a stalemate in those sorts of trades. So, Armand, I think that's definitely the case. As Anthony says, we will see Hauser today. He should be available. Yeah, Anthony, because he basically missed his last start in the rotation. So you're probably right. Maybe we'll see Hazard today, but that's only if Webb doesn't go too many innings because I think he's only going to be a long relief pitcher. But that's the first guy we want to see in the bullpen. All right, I wouldn't mind if they actually cut him, but he has got 2 years left on his contract, so they're not going to cut him. But we want to see Marley in there as well. I would try Tyler Marley as a setup guy. Maybe he can throw it a bit quicker. Maybe he'd be a good setup guy because he's not helping the team as a starting pitcher. As Gilbert takes a curveball for a called strike and its own one. Insane. I don't think it's going to suck just because of Scooble, as long as he doesn't go to the Dodgers. I saw today that the Braves may be a sleeper team for Scooble, as it's 1-1 here to Gilbert. We will see. Um, to me, in saying that, as Giants fans, it's going to suck because Scooble, there's no chance he's coming here. As Gilbert takes outside and it's 2-1. It'll be interesting though. I think he would be the biggest trade deadline piece since Juan Soto a couple of years ago when he got traded to the Padres. I remember that Juan Soto trade. As yet, I can see Milwaukee Brewers 8, Atlanta Braves 1 in the bottom of the second. Zim Zim, who was the pitcher for the Braves? As it's 3-1 here to Drew Gilbert. As Insane says, look, Vitello's son is getting the start on Father's Day. Yeah, that is a good point, Insane. He's going to deliver for his father. So it's 3-1 here to Drew Gilbert. Gusto in the windup. He fires and Gilbert fouls that one out of play. And it's a full count. Liam, you're spot on example. Joe Ryan, who is a free agent after next season. Teams were calling the Twins this past off season, and the Twins were asking for a lot, but teams knew getting 1 year of starts. Exactly. And neither team's going to budge as a 3-2 pitch here to Gilbert is called strike three. He had no intention of swinging the bat there, and Gusto throws him with a four-seam fastball at the knees on the outside corner. Good pitch by Gusto, not giving in. That's what you got to do to the batters down in the lineup, and that'll be the first out of the inning. No, Armon, and then it kind of looks stupid on the Twins' part not trading him anyway, because I still would have done it, Armon. I know they don't. As there's a pop up by Adar by Suzak, sorry, to right field, and the catch will be made for out number two. He's battled injuries this year. You're not going to get him next year. You're not going anywhere. I still would have traded him. Now he's going to walk for nothing apart from a little draft pick because you're going to put the qualifying offer on him. So I still would have traded him, but they just don't want to. These GMs, they don't want fans to go, "We only got that for Joe Ryan. We only got that for 2 years worth of control for Joe Ryan." 'Cause here's Luis Ariz. Ariz takes a strike and its own one. But that's that's my thinking. If I was a GM, I'd just trade him anyway. As Anthony says, I can't wait to see Marley get mauled by the A's. I know that you can guarantee no sweep that series, so the Giants will still have to wait for their first sweep if Marley's going. Kurtz may hit 3 home runs off of him. As in Zimzim says, pathetic offense. Yeah, no hit against a guy with a 7 ERA. We knew that was going to happen though, as the 0-2 pitch here to Luis rises high, and it's 1-2. That was so predictable. We make the worst pitchers in baseball look like Nolan Ryan. We just do. As Armon, do you see any way back for the Mets? They're not as bad as the Giants, but they're pretty close. You said they suck, so I assume you think there's no way back, as it's 2-2 here to Arise, as that pitch almost hit him. I thought the Mets would be so much better. I just didn't like giving Bo Bichette all that contract. And Armand, I want to know your opinion on the Bo Bichette guy. And is he going to leave? I saw reports he may opt out of his contract. Why should he opt out of his contract? As Gooey McDougal, what's up, Gooey McDougal? I've not seen you before. As Luis Ariz hits a drive to left field, that's going to be a base hit. Asturi Ruiz is going to get to it. Ariz is going for two. Ariz is going to get there standing up into second base, and it's going to be a two-out double for Luis Ariz. As Gooey McDonald says, the Giants need a new manager and hitting coach. They absolutely suck. Gooey McDougal, I definitely agree with you on the manager. I hope Tony Vitello improves. He is in his first year. But welcome to Jolly Good Takes, Gooey McDougal. I haven't seen you before. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button as we're trying to grow. I always appreciate that. As the 0 pitch here to Bryce Eldridge is a called strike at the knees. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the World Cup. That's my goal. So, Gooey, if you could help with that, that'd be much appreciated. As the 0-1 pitch here to Bryce Eldridge is low, and it's 1-1. You also say, McDougal, Marlins catcher has a wrap on his throwing hand. They should be running all day. Yeah, we saw that. They who was it that fouled off a pitch? As that pitch is low. It was Matt Chapman, right, Gooey, that fouled off a pitch, and we saw the trainer had to come out. So I agree. That's a good observation. We need people like you, Gooey, in the Giants dugout saying this because that is actually a great point. So it's 2-1 here to Bryce Eldridge. Armand says Bo has been better recently before the Phillies series, as there's a ball to Bryce Eldridge, and it's 3-1. Bo in his last 14 games was hitting 300 with 3 home runs and 14 RBIs. I don't know though, Armand. Is that enough to opt out of a contract when you're making 40 million a year? No one's going to pay you that. As you also said, no chance in hell the Mets make a run. As Bryce Eldridge then is going to get a walk here. As he's the only guy on the Giants that consistently gets walks. As there's a runner at first and second, not just first. Let me adjust that. Gooey McDougal says, Def has been following for a while. You're doing a great job. I appreciate that, Gooey. Yeah, the Giants are a tough watch. So you guys in the chat make the show so much better. So I appreciate the kind words as well. They it makes me really happy to hear that. As Schmidt then, they've moved Schmidt up in the lineup today and they've dropped Matt Chapman down. I like that change. I don't know why they changed it, but Schmidt has got an opportunity here to get the Giants back level as it's 1-0 to the Giants left fielder. As Schmidt hits a line drive, that's going to get through for a base hit to right field. That's going to score a run. So the Giants do tie it up as the Rise comes to score. It's going to be runners at the corners as well. Casey Schmidt then comes through with the RBI single, and it is a 1-1 game. So Gooey wants a new manager, but that was a good decision to move Casey Schmidt back up in the lineup. I mean, I think a lot of managers would have made that decision as well. But there we go, Casey. And this is why fans want to trade Matt Chapman just to get off of the contract, right? And put Schmidt at third base. Because Casey Schmidt is the future for the Giants, not Matt Chapman. As there's a ball to Rafi Devers. Anthony, how many managers and coaches can the Giants go through with the same roster before we start blaming the players? That's a fair point. Now, I think Tony Vitello has been awful so far. But at the end of the day, as Devers hits a drive to centre field, that one's going to be caught by Marcy, and that will end the inning. So Casey Schmidt with the RBI single, the Giants score one. We go to the bottom of the third. Webb then will come back out, no longer pitching with a loss. No, it's always on the players, right? But it's just it's the balance. They've got it wrong, Anthony. They needed a young team for Tony Vitello. Instead, they've got an old team and they've got a young manager. I don't get the balance. But yeah, I don't want ancient. I don't want Bob Melvin ancient. I want not even a Stephen Vogt. Just like I don't actually. I don't even know. I can't even give you an example like Skip Schumacher, someone like that. That kind of level. Not new to it, but not old. I thought, although I think Skip Schumacher's not done very good in Texas this year. As Armand says, as let me, I need to change the bases actually. let me change the bases. As happy Father's Day to everyone out there, all the fathers out there. Armand says, I don't see him opting out due to the lockout, and I don't see teams going on a spending spree prior to December 1st. Teams did spend prior to the last lockout, but this I don't see it. Armand, that's a good point, and I like you, Armand, because I think you have a good sense of how general managers think financially and a result of the CBA, and I probably agree with that. Teams going to be reluctant to give out big contracts because if there is a salary cap, that does make a massive difference. You when there's a salary cap, you've got to be a lot more efficient with your contracts, right? So no, I agree with that. As Insane says, as soon as I cracked on this lineup, they started hitting. That's always the way. As soon as I shit on a player, they actually go and hit a home run. It's I don't know why sports work like that. It just does. It's so weird. As Armon also says, the better move for the Giants is to trade Casey, because the Giants would get more for him than Chapman. That's a fair point, Armon. It's a good point. It is a better move for the Giants. Because are you going to win with Casey Schmidt right now? That's a fair point. As that pitch is a foul ball to Mac. Mac then, I don't know how his right hand is feeling after getting hit, but no, that's a fair point. I don't think Casey Schmidt's gonna be here when the Giants are competitive. Can you get some good young pitchers for Casey Schmidt? Probably. So, that's fair, Armand. Now, I don't wanna see Casey go, but you've gotta make tough decisions as a GM. That's why you're paid big bucks. Yes, fans may like these players. I don't if you're a GM, you've gotta be ruthless, and you've gotta do what's best for the team. As there's a drive to left field by Matt, and Casey Schmidt is gonna make the catch for out number 1. Anthony says, although sitting Eldridge for the series against the Marlins was a bad idea, he needs to see as many pitches as possible. Yeah, um, like you want Kyle Harrison to face Bryce Eldridge, you because Kyle Harrison's going to be one of the best pitchers in baseball for the next 10 to 15 years. You want Bryce Eldridge being exposed to those bats right now, as there's a strike to Connor Norby, a change up there. So I agree, Anthony. That was a bad idea. He has got to be exposed to as many good pitches as possible. And I saw Vitello said, as there's a drive to right field, Lee is going to make the catch for out number 2. A lot of fly ball outs for Logan Webb today. Um, I saw when they called him up, they said they wanted him to DH against right-handed pitchers and then put him in occasionally against left-handed pitchers. I think that's a load of rubbish. He's actually in the minor leagues better against left-handers. So you've got to get him in there against as many good pitchers as possible. Now, I'm happy Bryce Eldridge has proved the team wrong and he's gone on a tear. And now you can't take him out the lineup. But every fan knew it, but the front office and the coaches didn't. That's what worries me about the Giants. I think fans actually have a better reality of what the team should do than the Giants. Now, I think the Giants are starting to realize, hey, we need to rebuild. This core ain't it. But certain fans have been saying that for years. So it's just annoying. It doesn't take a genius to see the Giants need to get off some of these big contracts. As Armand says, it's not so much the front office, but ownership who rules everything. That's a fair point, Armand. The owners are the one that want the salary cap. So, not to get too financial, but that is my expertise. When you have a salary cap, it basically turns costs fixed. It turns costs fixed, which means they can basically plan everything a lot better. It's easier to budget for things as there's a drive to right field. Lee sprinting in is going to not make the catch because a rise does. That'll be out number 3. So a nice inning for Logan Webb. We go to the top of the 4th and it's 1-1. But no, yeah, owners dictate. That's why at the end of the day, we were talking about it the other day. The Giants, it's all about the owners at the end of the day. You can go through as many GMs and as many managers and the players as you want. It's the Giants owners that sign off on all these contracts, and they supposedly said there's no limit to the spending. I think there is. It's the owners, it's their franchise. It's like in any company, if the company's not successful, you're gonna look right at the very top, not at the lower levels. So Armand, you're spot on. Wilson says the scoreboard on the bottom looks good. Thanks, Wilson. Yeah, we put that in there today. I had it ready last night. I just didn't have the time to put it in there. But no, I think the redesign looks really good. Zim Zim's not a fan of the SFG, but I think three letters for both teams makes it look better. Maybe that's because I've got a bit of OCD. I don't know, but that's my opinion. As now, Anthony, I knew what you meant in San Francisco, and for the Marlins series. As yeah, Eldridge is a reverse split merchant. Absolutely. Uh, Bob, is it possible that Ramos comes back against the A's? I heard he's ready. Guys, do you know any updates on that? I'm not sure he would come back against the A's. I know he started baseball activity, but I haven't seen an update recently. So if anyone's seen an update, feel free to put that in the chat for Bob. Zim Zim, he means against the A's. I know who he meant. There's only one team with a one-letter abbreviation, so I think he meant the A's. Zim Zim, he's playing for the River Cats, is he? Okay. Bob, there may be a chance he comes back for that series then. As here's Jung Hoo Lee leading off. Jung Hoo Lee hits a drive to center field. Marcy going back just before the warning track will make the catch for out number 1. So Jung Hoo Lee flies out. As Bob says, KMBR just said he's ready. All right, Bob. Thanks for the update. I really appreciate that. So we'll see. As I said, a couple of guys earlier in the chat said we actually want to see Ramos. It'd be interesting to see what the Giants do when they're calling up with the outfield, as the 0 pitch to Adams is a called strike, because they signed Bader just so Jung Hoo Lee could go to right field. But are they going to move Jung Hoo Lee back to center field? That kind of admits that what you've been doing hasn't worked. We will see. As it's 0-2 here to Willie Ad. It should have been 0-2. Instead, it's 1-1. My apologies. So it's 1-1 instead to Willie Adamas. As Insane says, when I was at the Giants game on Saturday, he was doing batting practice. All right, as Adamas fouls that pitch off, and it's 1-2. All right, that's good to hear. I do like Ramos's energy. I like the passion he plays with. I wish more players played with that passion. But his defense, as we was discussing earlier, and his base running. Hopefully, I saw someone put Gary Pettis has been doing a nice job. Hopefully, Ramos actually listens to him. As the 1-2 pitch to Adamas is a check swing. Adamas did swing. Adamas, please just fuck off. Like, please. It's the same at bat every time. It's a sweeper or a slider down and away, and he swings at it every bloody time. It's a joke. I mean, and again, that's what Harvey Byers does. He just swings and misses at that slider down and away every time. Can we please learn to lay off that pitch? Yes, it's a good pitch, but my God, you get thrown it all the time. Please just take the pitch. You're making 26 to like $1 million a year. Please improve. It's not good. This is 0-2 here to Chapman. Armon says they could DH Ramos to keep Lee in right field. Armon, the issue with DHing Ramos is then what do you do with Eldridge and Devers? That's the issue with DHing Ramos. Because he is a DH, but I don't see the room for him. As Anthony says, Anthony asks the same question. As Anthony says, he should be ready next week regardless. He shouldn't need that many rehab games. Yeah. As the 1-2 pitch here to Chapman is a weak ramble to the shortstop, Otto Lopez. He will fire it across the diamond to Kyle Stowers for out number 3. Giants offense did absolutely nothing as we go to the bottom of the 4th. As it's an early game on a Saturday. Has anyone got any nice plans to Sunday, sorry. Has anyone got any nice plans for the evening to do with their fathers on Father's Day? I know Spencer um can't make it today on Father's Day, and I know Scott is going out for brunch with um with his father to celebrate. As Armand says, would it surprise any of you they send Eldridge down when Ramos returns? Armand, I would be shocked. As bad as this front office is, I would be shocked. They cannot do that. But even for this front office, I would be surprised because you have to be an idiot to do that, a proper idiot. And while Buster Posey is not good, I don't think he's an idiot. If Perry Manasian was running the show, maybe they would, because that dude doesn't know what he's doing. But no, I can't see that. Insane. If they send Eldridge down, I'm gonna just stop streaming Giants games. This will become the Oakland A's show. We'll stop doing Giants games if they send Eldridge down. That would be a joke. And also, I want Eldridge to be in there for Rookie of the Year. So they can't do that. As Armand says, insane. I agree, but teams have done similar things. If they did that, no, they can't. They just can't. As Logan Webb then is back out, and he is facing Connie here. Connie, the right fielder, as Connie takes a pitch low, a change up below the zone, and it's 1-0. Insane. The most likely scenario is they put Ramos in right field, even though that would be a disaster defensively. I agree. But I think as there's a swing and a miss by Connie, and it's 1-1. I think they're going to trade a rise pretty soon. So that's when Schmidt will go to second base, and then um, Ramos will go to left. As Anthony says, at Armand, Aldridge has been productive, and one of the other guys that doesn't play or produce shit can be gone. Yeah, I mean, I don't care about any of your egos. Now, sadly, the reality is, if you are making a lot of money, they're going to have to play you um, with this length on their contracts. But forget the egos. Whoever's producing's got to play. And right now, Eldridge is probably their number one producer. As the 1-2 pitch to Connie is a swing and a miss at a change up. And it's the first out there. Zim Zim, he wishes he had plans for Father's Day. But you don't. That's all good, Zim Zim. You can just watch the World Cup then all day. As Webb is so good. Yeah, that's why he could be a valuable trade piece. Again, as we were discussing with Armon though, it's what you're gonna get for him when teams are gonna ask is there's a called strike to Xavier Edwards. They're gonna say, we don't get him for 2027. And the Giants are gonna say, yeah, you do. So Ben Rice hit a home run for the Yankees, by the way, so they're leading 1-0 over the Reds. As it's still 8-1 to the Brewers in Atlanta. As they are probably going to avoid the sweep there. That's the issue with all these teams. So it's 0-2 to Xavier Edwards. Webb at 42 pitches. When Webb pitches, these games just fly along. I mean, he has so many quick outs compared to the rest of the team. Yesterday's game was over 3 hours long, and it was relief pitcher after relief pitcher, after walk batter, after hit by pitch, after errors. As the 0-2 pitch is a weak ground ball to Arise, that one takes a nice hop for him, and he fires it over to Devers for the second out. Here's a question for you guys as well. Who would you rather see in right field? Sorry, in first base. At first base, would you rather see Bryce Eldridge in there playing first base, or would you rather see Devers playing first base more? I mean, you're always going to sprinkle in the other player a couple of times, but who would you rather see in there? For me, it's Bryce Eldridge. as that pitch is inside to Kyle Stowers. Kyle Stowers with the home run then for the Marlins. As Insane agrees, I'd rather see Bryce. Maybe Devers is slightly better right now, but Bryce, I'd rather see the 21-year-old. It increases his value as well in terms of these rookie of the year odds, the MVP odds as well. Which that's what I want Bryce Eldridge to be, a rookie of the year and future MVP. As Zim Zim, let me check this post you've sent me. Just you're sending me a clip of Willie Adamas, basically, just a crap batter. So it's 2-1 here to Kyle Stowers. Webb fires, that one is high, and it's 3-1. A cutter at 88 above the zone. 3-1 then. Webb, he has not walked anyone so far, as the 3-1 pitch to Kyle Stowers is high, and he does walk someone there. So as soon as I say that, he does walk someone, but I did say that in a 3-ball count because that's what it made me think of. As I said already, everyone, if you could smash that like button, that'd be much appreciated, and hit subscribe as we are bringing you streams every day. As Anthony says, I want Bryce to get more opportunities at first base, or at least more of a true platoon. Maybe Devers DHing more would actually get his back going. Yep, I completely agree. As that pitch is low and outside to Otto Lopez. The guy's 21. I thought, can we at least get a 50-50 split? Why is it not 50-50 split? I'm sorry. You must have told Devers, as that pitch is outside and it's 2-0. You must have told Devers when you traded for him and made it clear. When Bryce Eldridge inevitably comes up, we are going to platoon you with him. If you have an issue with that, let us know. Because he had the issues in Boston, as there's a swing and a miss by Lopez, because they didn't communicate. So I'm sure the Giants would have communicated. So I don't see Devers getting upset. Why is it not 50-50? Makes no sense to me. So it's 2-1 here to Otto Lopez. As a Webb with a pickup attempt there. And it's 2-1. Gooey, if you're still in it, Gooey McDougal. I don't know if you are still in here, but I always love to ask the guests, how do you find my show? That's I like to know that. As there's a pickup attempt and Stowers is back safely. I just like to I like to see where people find me from. As a 2-1 pitch to Otto Lopez here by Webb is a swing and a miss at a change up there, and it's 2-2. I assume most of you guys found me through Giant Sports Talk Live, but Zim Zim, you may have found me through X, I think. So 2-2 here to Otto Lopez. Webb at 52 pitches. Lopez fouls that pitch out of play down the first base line, and it remains 2-2. Lopez, as everyone knows by now, the former Giant, he leads the National League in batting average as well. He was first on the Blue Jays. As a 2-2 pitch to Lopez is a line drive, base hit to right centre field. That one's in the gap. Gilbert's going to get to the ball. They may decide to send Stowers here. They are going to send Kyle Stowers. Stowers coming around third. Adamas' throw is a terrible throw. That was way wide. Lopez then with an RBI double. And the former Giant then comes back to bite us in the arse as it's 2-1 to the Marlins. Stowers there didn't even look like he was sprinting really on that ball, and Adamas' relay throw was terrible. And Lopez will be at second. As Juice, I love your emojis. Circus, clown show, absolutely. As I didn't think the run was going to score on that, but Just Gilbert and Adames not quick enough and not good enough to get the out at home plate. As his own one here to Owen Casey. Um, I think that was poor. I think a good defensive team would have got to that ball and made the play there. As the 0-1 pitch here to Owen Casey is a ground ball to the second baseman Arise. Arise will throw it over to Devers. As Devers then, that was a bit weird. He didn't think he stepped on first base, so he had to make sure he did. But they do get the out. So the Mariners, who are not playing, the Marlins take the lead. As we go to the top of the fifth. Giants, they responded in the top of the third. Can they respond in the top of the fifth? We will find out. Anthony says as soon as the ball was the ball got to the track, he knew it was a run. Yeah, well, as soon as they sent Carl Stowers, I thought, yeah, that's going to be a good send. But off the bat, I thought it was not one of those weak drives into right center field. It just bisected the centre fielder Gilbert and Lee perfectly and gave Stowers with 2 outs, by the way, enough time to get there. If that's not 2 outs, maybe Stowers doesn't score. But as soon as you see the contact there, you're going really. As Insane says, once again you leave and something bad happens. Yep. Insane, you got to stop leaving then, Insane. Yeah, Otto Lopez, the former Giant with an RBI double. So the Webb then cost Logan Webb as well. Did I just say the Webb cost Webb? The walk cost Webb. Um, that's why you don't walk people with 2 outs. 2 out walks kill you. It's a free base runner, which you just don't need to do. So 2 on Miami then. Gilbert will lead off for the Giants. Gilbert struck out last time after looking at a strike 3 on the outside corner. Suzak will be batting second and Arise batting third batting leadoff. As on this day in 2019, Alex Dickerson hit a grand slam in his Giants debut. As its own one here to Gilbert as he swings the misses. Alex Dickerson, a good contributing piece to the 2021 Giants. A year that really stands out as just an absurd year in the franchise's history, giving the context of every year after and before that. Just how they won 107 games. That has got to be one of the most unlikely things ever in baseball in the regular season. 107 wins. As the 1-1 pitch to Gilbert is high and it's 2-1. Gusto is still in the game for the Marlins at 61 pitches. I thought the guy wasn't meant to be very good, but he's looked like a very good pitcher for the Marlins here. As the 2-1 pitch to Gilbert is low and it's 3-1. So Gilbert, he got himself in a 3-1 count last time and he struck out. What can you do this time, Drew? How about don't look at strike 3 in the zone on a fastball? As the 3-1 pitch to Gilbert is a strike, but it's a base hit for Gilbert to right field as he does swing this time. So he gets the fastball in the hitters count and he gets a base hit out of it. So Gilbert with a single to lead off the inning. Let's see what the Giants can do here. Can they respond? The most important innings for pitchers are shutdown innings after your offense gives you run support. But that always seems to be the hardest inning to get through for some reason. Maybe the offense is like, right, shit, we got to get it going now. And Suzak bunts, but he bunts foul. And that one is out of play. So it's 0-1. Anthony says Gusto just came back from AAA like 2 weeks ago too. Well, there you go. What do we say? A AAA player, pitcher that just got called up with a high ERA is going to dominate the Giants, not just this year, but last year, 2024 as well. As Insane says, nice of Drew Gilbert to get a hit on Father's Day. I bet Daddy Vitello is very happy, long. Yeah, and as Suzak bunts at a pitch that was going to hit him. Now, I'm not going to say take that pitch and let it hit you, but that's just unlucky because he tried to get out of the way of it. But your natural reaction there is to get the bat to the ball and stop it from hitting you. So I don't want to get too mad, but it is 0-2 then to Suzak. As Insane says, does Suzak know how to bunt? Clearly not so far. But Insane, I think Frank Anderson, their Giants assistant manager, or whatever he is, the pitching coordinator dude, think that's Drew Gilbert's uncle as well. As the 0-2 pitch by Suzak is a high fly ball down the right field line and out of play into the netting. And it will be 0-2 still. Anthony says he started the season with the Marlins but was quickly sent down. But they obviously feel like he's worked on his stuff in AAA and his command and he's ready to be called up. As Gooey, I know you don't like the fact the Giants aren't stealing with the catcher's hand being wrapped up. As it's 1-2 here to Suzak. We're down by 1, Gooey. I agree with you. Let the runner take second. You are not a Tony Vitello fan, I can tell. So it's 1-2 here to Daniel Suzak. Gusto fires and Suzak swings and misses for a strikeout. Gooey, I don't know if you were in here when I said it, but how did you find me, my friend? I'm just curious. Did you find me through X? Did you find me through another YouTube channel? Or did I just appear on your feed? As we're gonna go to the bullpen here. The Marlins are gonna make a pitching change. 3-1 to the Cincinnati Reds, not Liverpool, as they are beating the Yankees in the 4th inning. All right, Gooey. I appreciate that you found me on your feed. Okay, that's what I like to hear because that means that we're appearing for more people, which is nice. As the more people in the chat, the better it makes it. But that's what this show is. It's a commentary show, but also a show where we talk to people and get their opinions. And with the Giants being this bad, you guys are the show basically. As Insane says, I'm starting to get nervous that Suzak is evolving into Patrick Bailey 2.0. Insane, I'm definitely not there. He's still a rookie. I've got to see him for a few more years struggle consistently before I get worried. He's a rookie. The league's adjusting to him. I like to see a bit more power, but I'm not worried quite yet. But Anthony says, "Oh well, if Suzak doesn't work out, then on to the next guy." Well, so Anthony's getting a bit worried as well. I think, guys, if Vaughn Lackey in the draft falls to them, that's who I think they're going to get catcher in the draft this year. As Gooey McDougal says, they needed to get the runner over with their last batter up. Now they'll grind into a double play low. Or Gooey, they need to run on this first pitch. And also, as you say, if you steal second base, then that bunt attempt by Suzak could go to and you could get the runner over to third. I know it wasn't successful, but that could be the case. As a Juice says, pitching change seems premature. Sorry. Um, Juice Gusto. It doesn't seem to go many innings. I was looking at him before the game. It doesn't go very long. So yes, it seems premature, but as John King is the new pitcher, the lefty for the Marlins, I think they weren't expecting him to get through 4 1/3 really. So that's why he's already out. So John King then, he's got a 2.23 ERA. As a Rise pops up the first pitch, that one should be playable. As a Rise, you need to sprint over to first base, my man. As Connor Norby makes the catch. Now they probably called the infield fly rule, but get over to first base in case they drop it. And I would have been dropping that pitch if I was if I was the Marlins, if the infield fly rule weren't called and get a rise from first base over Gilbert. So here's Bryce Eldridge then. Can Eldridge do anything with 2 outs? As the pitch to Eldridge is a called strike on the outside corner. And there's and it's 0-1 here. Insane. That guy was a reliever turned starter, so that's why he didn't go that deep. Yeah, that's what I thought. As there's a ground ball by Eldridge to Otto Lopez. Lopez will flip it to Xavier Edwards at second. Giants offense then cannot respond to any offense the Marlins put up in the bottom of the fourth. We go to the bottom of the fifth, 2-1 on this Father's Day. As I just saw it, the Cardinals are winning 9-2 in the second inning already. Wow. Ethan, if Ethan's out there, I know he'll be happy about that one. As Insane says, that guy was yeah, I read that out. As Anthony, no infield fly with no runner in scoring position. Is that the rule, Anthony? I didn't know that. Is that the rule? Can only be an infield fly if there's a runner in scoring position. There you go. I would have let that ball drop then. So Gooey, they did not send the runner, and nothing came about of it. And we've seen it recently. When you do send the runner, sometimes you get rewarded for being aggressive, but Giants aren't. So there you go, 3-1 Reds over the Yankees, as we can see there. 8-2 to the Brewers. So the Braves have scored. That one's in the bottom of the fourth. See, the Giants game's already the quickest game going as well because of the Giants' offense. Nationals are beating the Rays 2-1. White Sox have scored 2 runs against the Tigers. They're winning 2-1 in the bottom of the sixth. The Giants game we know. Anthony says yes, they could have dropped it and turned the double play. Yeah, because the Rise weren't sprinting down the first base line. And I'm sure if I'm an infielder and I'm not catching that ball, I'd be screaming that. I'd be screaming, let it drop, let it drop, let it drop. Most players, they just want to get the sure out and not take that risk. So, Asturi Ruiz is going to lead off here for the Marlins. The Marlins, 2 runs on 2 hits. As there's a foul ball, Logan Webb. Logan Webb's at how many pitches? 57 pitches. So after the Giants emptied the bullpen yesterday, we need them to we need Webb to go long today to save them. There is an off day tomorrow, but we do need Webb to go deep still, as the 0-1 pitch is high and it's 1-1. Who was it earlier? Was it Anthony that said get ready for no run support? It's looking like the case. As the 1-1 pitch here to Ruiz is a ground ball. Sorry, a line drive to left field. That's going to be a base hit for Ruiz. And Gooey, you want someone to steal a base? Probably going to get a stolen base here because Ruiz is one of the quickest players in baseball. And I believe he stole the most bases in all of the AL for the A's in 2024. So this could be trouble for Webb. And you've got all the incentive in the world to steal. You're winning by 1, and you want to stay out the double play because Logan Webb is a ground ball pitcher. As Webb with a pickoff attempt, and Ruiz is back safely. Ruiz has got these massive mitts on that can help him reach. And any advantage you can get, these teams are going to take it. If you can add a couple inches onto the end of your fingers, that could be the difference between being safe and out. As there is a ground ball foul by Mac, and it's owned 1. Mac batting 252 and a 699 OPS. 3 home runs and 16 RBIs on the year. If the Giants go 15 games under, we're edging closer to the Rockies. Because the Rockies beat Paul Skeens last night. By the way, what's going on with Paul Skeens? I think he's lost 7 straight starts, has he? I think I read. It doesn't seem right, but I think I read that. As the 0-1 pitch here to Mac is outside. Ruiz does not go, and it'll be 1-1 still. The Giants, I'm looking at it. Devers hasn't done anything. Adamas and Chapman all done nothing this game. As there's a swing and a miss on the change up by Mac, and it's 1-2. This is feeling like a classic Giants game. Um, how watchable, guys, do you find Giants baseball? I mean, I always am gonna watch the Giants because I love the Giants and I love baseball. But their kind of brand of baseball is so unwatchable. Anthony Skins doesn't get support either. Yeah, that's it's like he's got getting DeGrommed. DeGrom was like the guy that did not get run support. And it's just funny. As there's a swing and a miss and a strikeout for Logan Webb. It's almost like when you have a great pitcher, he dominates, so he gets out. It allows the other pitchers to get in a good rhythm that they're facing. Whereas when you have these rubbish pitchers that take 30 minutes to pitch a half inning, then puts the other pitcher off their rhythm, and then they start to become wild. So that's I think that actually may be a trend. As there's a drive to right field by Connor Norby. Lee going back. Lee in foul territory will make the catch route number 2. Brilliant catch there by Jung Hoo Lee in the corner. And that'll be the second out. Ruiz will stay at first base. So 2 outs here then. That was a nice catch by Jung Hoo Lee. You know, for a second I thought that ball may be going, but it just had that weird side spin on it. And Lee then with a nice catch right in the corner in right field for out number 2. As here is the top of the Marlins lineup as Esteury Ruiz tries to steal. Adames plays attack and he is out. Brilliant play there by Suzak to get the speedy Ruiz. Who needs Patrick Bailey? Although, guys, we may be right. Maybe Daniel Suzak is turning into Patrick Bailey. Great defensively, nothing offensively. Perfect throw there by Suzak. Although, what's going on here? Why is the inning not over? What's going on? Everyone's looking at home plate. What is going on? Guys, if you're listening in, I don't listen to the games. So it's a bit weird. They're all looking at something near the home plate. I don't know what they're looking at though. There doesn't look like there's anything wrong to me. As it's 9-4 Cardinals now, still in the bottom of the second. Nothing is happening, Zim Zim. Oh, Suzak. Ah, did he lose the contact? Maybe he lost the contact lens. That's probably it. As when he went for the throw to second base, his helmet came flying out and hit his left eye. So that's probably that's probably it. Although Anthony says someone lost pitchcom device, it looks like. Maybe that was it as well. So we lost something, but that's all good, no delay. I thought like, oh, what's going on here? So we go to the top of the 6th then. It's going to be Schmidt leading off. Devers and Lee due up. Pacey Schmidt with the RBI single for the Giants. That's their only run of the game. Both teams just with 3 hits today. As this game's moving pretty quickly. As a Jack Caglione just homered again. As that was a perfect throw by Suzak. That hit Ruiz right in the face on the tag. Maybe Suzak lost his earpiece as well. He has that thing he puts in the ear. So that's what Anthony was saying probably. But we're ready for their top of the sixth now anyway. As I'm interested to see what the Cardinals score is after the Caglione home run. As Schmidt hits a drive to left field. If it's fair, it's a home run. That ball is foul though. So a loud first out as he just turned on that pitch. And it will remain 2-1. He crushed that pitch, Casey. Casey batting 295 as he takes the 0-1 pitch, and that's a drive to centre field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Marty's going to collect it. So Casey Schmidt with his second hit of the game as he seems to be heating up. So Casey with two good swings there. One the foul ball that was almost a home run, and then the line drive single. As Anthony says, Suzak broke the pitch come. Oh, really? As they're getting like everyone to try and find that, but the pitch come thing. As Devers swings and hits a drive to left field, that ball is gonna be caught in left by Ruiz. So a nice catch there by Ruiz. Devers looks frustrated as he thought that may land for a base hit, but the speedy Ruiz goes over to make the catch for out number one. And hey, that may have been off the green monster in Boston. As it is, it's an out hit. As Devers looks frustrated, man. So Devers now 0 for 3 as the lead takes in the dirt. That one does get by the catcher Mac. However, Schmidt's going to hold. Gooey, I bet you want Casey Schmidt to try and steal here. As Anthony says, Devers struck it well, but it's out. Yeah. But can we see a stolen base attempt? I wouldn't mind that. As the 1-0 pitch here to Jung Hoo Lee by King is high and it's 2-0. Both teams still have two challenges left, by the way. Lee is batting 330 with a 362 on base and a 460 slugging. Lee must be second in the NL in terms of batting average, as he takes a called strike on a slider there that caught the inside corner. Just did enough to come back over the plate, and it'd be 2-1. Yeah, they just showed it for me. I ask and I shall receive. Lopez, number 1, Lee, number 2. And that's in all of baseball, actually. As Lee hits a high fly ball to right field, that ball's carrying on the warning track. That's going to be made in the right field corner this time for out number 2. So right now, we've just got two catches, and they couldn't have been further apart. One way in the corner in left in fair territory. The next one way in the corner and right in foul territory. As the manager from the Marlins is going to come out here and we're going to get a pitching change. Willie Adames is the batter due up. So might as well go to the bottom of the 8th already. Zim Zim, the bottom of the 6th already, sorry. There is no carry at this park. Well, I don't think these balls were crushed, Zim Zim. Lee only hit that one 94 miles an hour, and Devers hit his 98 miles an hour. So neither ball over 100 miles an hour. Jung-Hoo's Lee's ball wasn't even clarified as a hard hit ball because it has to be over 95 miles an hour to be a hard hit ball. So that's I don't think there's no carry. I just think it's not Sutter Health Park, a AAA stadium, or Philadelphia. As Zim Zim, there is no wind. As Guru says, if they move to runner, it's a tie game. This team sucks. Yep. That Gooey, you need to get in the Giants dugout. You really do. You know way more than all these people. As it's 9-6 Cardinals now after 2. So imagine scoring 9 runs after 2 and you're only up by 3 already. No, I would love to see Casey Schmidt try and steal right here. You might as well with Adamas coming up. If if Otani or Judge was batting at the plate, you may be more reluctant to send Casey Schmidt because it's like you don't want to take the bat out of one of those two players' hands. But with it being Willie Adames, feel free to try and steal all you want. Anthony, it does have a retractable roof, but they barely open it. Well, yeah, because in my graphic behind me, I have got the roof open in this graphic, so it does have a retractable roof, as you say. But yeah, they rarely open it. And the weather in Miami, it can be so unpredictable, or it can be absolutely boiling. You get crazy thunderstorms, or you get 100 degrees. So yeah, as you said, that's why they rarely open it. As his Calvin Foucher. Foucher is a righty. He throws to Adamas. Adamas hits a high fly ball to right field. This should be out number 3. Adamas sucks. Willie Adamas does my head in. At least he didn't strike out, but seriously, this dude is awful. Does he only like hitting in hitters parks as well? He did well in Atlanta, which is a hitter's park, but every other park he is crap. So we're going to the bottom of the 6th. 2-1 Miami as this offense is doing absolutely nothing. But no, yeah, I want to thank you guys for telling me to put it at the bottom of the screen, the ticker. It looks so much better at the top than where I was going to have it. I was going to have it below my face, but above the scoreboard. But no, it looks so much better at the bottom. Anthony, I think it was when the park opened, they had a rain delay because they couldn't close the roof in time, and the infield was flooded from a cloud. Oh my god, that's crazy. No, that's the thing with Florida. I've been to Florida. 1 minute it's sunny, and then the next it's crazy. You'd think, bloody hell, where's this rain come from? But the weird thing is, it only lasts for like an hour or two, and then it go back to being sunny. Weird, weird weather. As I know, I when I watch tennis over here, it can take like 30 minutes to 40 minutes to get the roof closed. These roofs, they take a while to close. So no, absolutely. That would be enough time with the rain there in Florida for a rain delay. So Marcy, Conine, and Edwards will be due up the top of the Marlins lineup as Logan Webb, sorry, should remain in this game for the bottom of the 6th. The Giants after this will have an off day tomorrow, and then they will play the A's for 3, the Braves for 3 at home before traveling um to Arizona to face the Diamondbacks, as that pitch is fouled off by Marcy and it's 0-1. Webb only at 66 pitches. Honestly, I'd like to see Webb go 7 or 8 innings here. I do not want to see the bullpen. As the 0-1 pitch here to Marcy by Webb is high, and it's 1-1. Not much action today. I will say though, the games are more enjoyable when you support the team. Like, yes, the Giants are crap, but there's a pop up by Marcy. Chapman should make the play and does for out number 1. Yes, the Giants are crap, but there's just something about watching your team. I'm always interested, no matter how bad they are. As here's Conine, the right fielder, who's 0 for 2 today with a strikeout. Again, what's up, everybody? How's your Father's Day going? As the 0 pitch here to Conine is a swing and a miss at a sweeper on the inside corner, and it's 0-1. Anthony and Wilson, guys, what are you going to do when there's no World Cup? Then you're actually going to have to watch Giants baseball for a little bit before training camp. As the 0-1 pitch is a ground ball by Conine. Arise is going to have to throw it to Logan Webb instead. What the heck is Rafi Devers doing? Why is Rafi Devers not standing at first base? Good thing Logan Webb was covering. But what the fuck is Rafi Devers doing? He's standing 2 feet away from first base. You're the first baseman, mate. Don't make Logan Webb do your job for you. The fuck is going on there? What's Devers do? What is he doing? What is Rafi Devers doing? He goes originally to go and get the ball, as we've got a mound visit here. He then realizes that's straight to Luis Rise, so he goes to first base. He will beat Logan Webb to the bag. He stops and lets Logan Webb go to the bag himself. What are we doing? What is going on? What are you doing, Devers? I mean, are you a twat? You are the defensive first baseman. You are closer to the bag than Logan Webb. So not only did you make the mistake of not going to first base straight away, as that's fouled off by Edwards and it's own one, you then decide, actually, I'm not even going to run to first base. I mean, what the heck? I do not get that. As Anthony says, I watch other teams play when the Giants aren't. Yeah, that's fair enough, Anthony. What are other teams you like to watch? I like to watch the A's and the Braves, even though we are rivals. I find the A's lineup entertaining, as there's a line drive base hit to right field for Xavier Edwards, so a two-out single for the Marlins second baseman. Good bit of hitting there by Xavier Edwards. He kind of had to wait on that after he hit it. He kind of lost his balance, but good swing there. So we'll see if he goes as well, as that brings up Kyle Stowers. Logan Webb not got Kyle Stowers out today, as he hit a home run in the second inning and a walk last time up before scoring the run. So he scored both runs for the Marlins as he swings, sorry, at the first pitch and pops it up on the infield. Adamas will make the catch to end the inning. So Webb, another strong pitching outing for him. Just no run support for him. We go to the top of the seventh. Can the Giants offense please, for the love of God, do something? So it's 2 on Miami after 6. Anthony, you'll watch other teams, you'll watch whoever the hell is good and not Giants, shitball. Yeah, I don't blame you. Like, I love to watch Milwaukee as well. Like, if Jacob Mizorowski is pitching, um, I would love to watch Jacob Mizorowski. That dude is electric. I normally always watch Kevin Gorsman every time I can. I like to watch Kevin Gorsman pitch. But the Miz, Kyle Harrison, certain pitches, I'll just go and throw on the game to watch them pitch. As Zimsum says, he's an inning under on pitches. Does that mean through 6 innings he should be at 90 pitches? Does that mean he's on 75? Zimsum. Let's have a look. Pitches, Logan Webb, 73. Yeah. Yes, Zimsum, that's correct. He is an inning below on pitches. So he should be able to go 7 or 8 here. Probably 7, but we'll see. So 2-1 to the Marlins. As I'm just looking at scores around the ground. Nationals are up 3-2 on the Rays in the bottom of the 6th. White Sox are up, are they? Yep, 3-1 over the Detroit Tigers. That one's in the bottom of the 7th. That one will be the first game to be finished, or the Giants game. 2-1 in our game after 6. Cleveland Guardians, nothing. Houston Astros, 2 after 4 there. As Anthony puts a list of team, Brewers, Cardinals, Yankees, Rays, Dodgers, Braves, and the Giants minor league teams. As Chapman takes a strike and its own one. Yep. I pretty much agree with you. I don't actually watch Anthony the Yankees a lot though. For some reason, I never watch the Yankees, even though they are good. As it's 1-1 here. I probably will. Like when they sometimes they play games really early on over here. As Chapman fouls that pitch off and it's 1-2. Like sometimes they play 11 o'clock in New York. I remember last year they played the Orioles 11 o'clock, and that is a 4 o'clock start time over here. That's so early over here. So it's 1-2 here to Chapman as Faulkner fires, and that one actually clipped Matt Chapman, and the Giants get a lifeline because one of the big three actually has reached base, not because they did anything good, but he stood there and took one for the team. As yeah, that one just grazed the elbow. Well, if you're Chapman, you take that. That would not have hurt, and we'll take it. The Giants need whatever they can if they're gonna get a rally here. So here's Gilbert. Again, Gooey, we need a stolen base. Let's be aggressive. As there's a called strike to Drew Gilbert, and it's owned one. I thought Gilbert may bunt, but they are not going to bunt him. Gilbert, 1 for 2 today, batting .237. Yes, happy Father's Day to Drew Gilbert's dad, Tony Vitello, as he takes a strike, and it's 0-2. How about we see Jonah Cox pinch run at some point as well. The next time the Giants get a base runner in the 8th or the 9th, you've got to bring in Jonah Cox. As it's 0-2 here to Drew Gilbert. As the pitch is high, and it's 1-2. Gooey, now there's no excuse for the 7th inning. I know. You've got to be aggressive. Chapman doesn't go. That pitch is outside, and it's 2-2. And it's not like Gilbert's ahead or in a hitter's count. It was 1-2. It was 0-2. So it's 2-2 here to Drew Gilbert. As there's a soft ground ball. This one should be a double play as the throw to Otto Lopez is in time. The throw over to Carl Sowers is also in time, and it is a double play. And Gooey, I know what you're going to say already. If you actually go, Chapman tries to steal the base. Believe it or not, you can stay out of the double play. It's a phenomenon, but if you actually go it and you steal second, you could actually stay out the double play. But no, as Suzak takes inside. We said this game may finish 1-0. It may finish 2-1, which is just as bad. As Jew said and Gooey there with Jesus and oh come on. As Zimzim says, as Suzak hits a weak fly ball to left field, Ruiz coming in will make the catch. Zimzim, I'll read your message after the 7th inning stretch. Logan Webb is coming back out. What is this pathetic offense? 2-1. As here on this Father's Day Sunday, it's time for the 7th inning stretch on Jolly Good Takes. As Anthony, yes, Marty does look real stupid right now. Right then, we're going to the bottom of the seventh. Giants are trailing 2-1. Can they produce a comeback? It's not looking good, but we'll see. Zim Zim's still confused why the song goes twice. Says, "What's up, insane?" Um, just so it gives me a longer break, Zim Zim. Just so I can get to the toilet and back in time. Uh, I'll read your message earlier, Zim Zim, as well in a minute. Gooey says, "I'll be shocked if they don't clean house and get all new management and trade a rise endeavors." Gooey, I will be shocked if they don't get well. I'll be shocked if they don't trade a rise. I'll be shocked if they don't trade Ray. I'd be shocked if they don't trade well, I wouldn't be shocked if I don't trade Chapman. I would be shocked if Vitello and Buster Posey kept their jobs in a couple of years. It's still early. There's still growing pains. I'm not there yet, like you are. I know you want Vitello fired. Um, I'm not quite there yet, but if there's another bad year next year, or in 2028, if there's no season next year, then I agree with you guys. That's when I will be in your boat, Scooey. As Zimzim says, my brain is wired in a very mathematical way. I'm always looking at pitches and rooting for being an inning or two under. In basketball, I'm always rooting for 40-point quarters. Zimzim, our brains, I'm mathematically thinking as well. I don't do the old 15 pitch thing, but I always look for, can you get a 12 pitch inning? That's my thing. That's kind of efficient. As it's 0-1 here to Otto Lopez. Lopez, his RBI double is the difference in the game so far. But Gooey, who do you want the Giants to get as manager if they fire Vitello? As the 1-1 pitch to Otto Lopez is a swing and a miss at a changeup, and it's 1-2. By the way, guys, if you ever notice my hair sometimes, it's like there's wind. That's because I got a big fan on me. But that's because it's gonna get to 100 degrees Fahrenheit here in England. As Lopez with a line drive to right centre field. Lee going back will make the catch as he almost overran that ball. But Lee then gets the first out. Yeah, I've got to have a big fan on me because when it gets up to 100 degrees here, oh my days, I sweating my ass off in the UK because these houses are not built for heat. They're built to trap heat. And when we're trapping heat in the summer, it is awful. So Logan Webb then, he was relieved Jung-Hoo Lee made the catch. Zim Zim, can I do 2 World Cup games tomorrow? There's a cool shot. I'm doing 1, Zim Zim. I'm doing Senegal, Norway. Zim Zim, I do like I know I appreciate the passion, but I do have other things to do apart from do live streams. As there's a Wick ball by Owen Casey. This is going to be a tough play for Webb. He's just going to let it go foul. And a smart play there by Webb because that would have been an infield single for Owen Casey. Yeah, Zim Zim, I'm doing 1, but I am busy between these streams doing other stuff as well. But Anthony, Belgium training to Iran. Well, there you go. European team is not doing good again. Don't tell Donald Trump that though, because he won't be happy. As Anthony, I've actually got Iran in a sweepstake I did where we picked. There's 5 of us. We picked but all 48 teams from a hat. I got Iran, so I'm happy they're beating Belgium because that counts for points for me for a win. As there's a high pop up by Owen Casey. Adamas is Chapman, sorry, is going to make the catch for out number 2. They're actually not a bad team, Iran. I mean, I don't care about seeing them in the World Cup, but the goals being checked are screw VAR. Screw it, honestly. You know, Anthony, that's killed football. As the Rangers are up 3-0 on the Padres. The Rockies Pirates is still nothing, nothing. As there's a called strike on the outside corner to Ruiz. Ruiz is 1 for 2 today. Ruiz batting 264, a 365 on base. Pretty good stats for the more defensive, speedy left fielder, as that cutter is outside and it's 1-1. Offside, unbelievable. Lucky crap, Belgium. Who was it that scored it, Anthony? Was it Taremi? As there's a swing and a miss by Ruiz, and it's 1-2. Yeah, disallowed Zim Zim. Although, guys, that's where VAR is good for football, is offside, because offside's factual. You just get the technology. It was Taremi Zim Zim, as the 1-2 pitch is a foul ball to Asuri Ruiz. As they're just showing a replay here of the pitching change, and they actually found Daniel Suzak's earpiece from his pitch com. There you go. So it was the earpiece. I just saw it. As the 1-2 pitch is a check swing by Ruiz. He did not go though, and it's 2-2. I know, insane. It's so frustrating. Webb at 85 pitches. At least he's saving the bullpen, but it's annoying. He never gets any run support. As Ruiz hits a high fly ball, Lee with a long run. Lee still running. Lee can't make the catch because that one was uncatchable. Out of play. And it's 2-2. Zim Zim, you like VAR. The covering mouth straight red is weird. Yeah, my feeling on the covering mouth straight red is I think it should be um I think it should be a yellow card. But if you don't have anything nice to say, then don't say it. That's also my opinion. As a 2-2 pitch is high and it's a full count here to Ruiz. Giants trailing 2-1, avoiding to get swept. Have any of you guys ever been to Miami Stadium? I'm interested. Actually, as a 3-2 pitch by Ruiz is a drive to right field. Lee is going to barely have to move, though, and make the catch. We go to the top of the 8th. 2-1 Marlins. As can the Giants turn this thing around, please? Zim Zim, how old were you when you went to Miami, though? Oh, you didn't go to the stadium, you went for the F1. All right. Because also, guys, a little bit of homework. How many of the baseball stadiums have you been to? A bit of homework for you guys. Out of 30, how many have you guys been to? As we go to the top of the 8. It was 2024, yeah. Because I've always wanted to go to the little club in left field in Miami. I think that'd be quite cool to get drunk in the club in left. As Arise is going to lead off the inning. Bob, if you're still in there, it's going to be Arise, Eldridge, and Schmidt to lead off the inning. Well, they're not all leading off the inning. To be due up in the inning, that is. Zim Zim, you've been to 5 parks, which are San Diego, I know for sure. San Francisco, I know for sure. What were the other 3? As we'll see who the Marlins bring in as well. Just looking as well. What are the big money guys on this team doing? Sorry. Devers 0 for 3. Adamas 0 for 3. Chapman 0 for 2. What are they doing? How much combined between them? 80 million combined between those guys? Not great. As Zim Zim says, San Diego, San Francisco, Anaheim. You've been to Yankee Stadium, Oakland. Is that the Coliseum, Zim Zim? and Sacramento. Yeah, because you put Oak and Sac. So you've been to 5 active ones and 6 in total. As there's a ball to Luis Arise. Can Arise reach then against his former team? Armand, he's been to the Met Stadium, City Field, Yankee Stadium, Angels, and Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. I say it's 1-1 to Arise. Okay, I've only been to Oracle Park. What's your favorite, Armand, out of all those stadiums? If I had to guess, as the 1-1 pitch to Arise is fouled out of play, I would probably say actually Citizens Bank Park. But I don't know. I just think that one looks the coolest. As Anthony says, they're not doing enough for fucking $80 million. Yeah, Anthony, that's definitely true. As Insane says, Orange County is great. As a 1-2 pitch to Arise is the low, and it's 2-2. Insane Orange County, you're talking about Anaheim, right? As the 2-2 pitch to Arise almost hits him, and it'd be 3-2. Peterson is the new pitcher for the Marlins. Anaheim, they've got the nice fountain or waterfall in center field, haven't they? So, have any of you guys been to Fenway or Wrigley? As it's a full count here, still to Luis Arise as he fouls that pitch off. Giants, they need base runners and they need base runners quick. Milwaukee is now 9-2 in the bottom of the 7th. That's a full count pitch to Arise. Oh, for God's sake. This is what annoys me about Arise. That pitch isn't even close. Why the heck are we swinging at that? That just take your walk, please. That's when I get annoyed about Arise. Like you have no reason to swing at that. You're never hitting that. Just take the walk. It's a 3-2 pitch to Arise. It's fouled out of play and it remains 3-2. Armand says taking City Field off the list. So there's no biases. I had ranked the other 3 Citizens Bank, Angels, and Yankee Stadium. Yeah, so Citizens Bank, that's what I thought would be the best. As a New York Yankees Stadium, you guys don't like it then. Zim Zim says the same. As a Rise hits a line drive straight, well, no, not straight to Norby. Norby made a nice play there for at number 1. And that, though, is why you take your walks. Because walking, you got a 100% chance to get to first base. Even if you square the ball up, it's still going to be caught more often than not. As a as Zimzim says, I'm confused. They called the LA Angels of Anaheim now. That's so dumb. They're just called the LA Angels, no Zimzim. So it's down to Bryce Elder then to try and get on base. Insane. Are you going to post a video today, by the way? No pressure, you don't have to. As Eldridge now chases out the zone and it's 0-2. Wilson loves San Diego's park, Petco. Yeah, Petco's meant to be one of the best stadiums in baseball. I like stadiums that are integrated into the town. As the 0-2 pitch to Eldridge is outside and it's 1-2. Armand, Yankee Stadium is just a shopping mall with a baseball field dropped in the middle of it. Is that right? They try and get as much money as possible. As Anthony says, yeah, I don't care if Arise gets traded. As Eldridge takes the low and it's 2-2, or leaves in free agency, piss off. Yeah, he annoys me. Yeah, he's a good player, but I was always against him because his on base is so low because he swings at stupid pitches. That pitch was so high. Just please take the walk. As Eldridge hits a drive to centre field. That one was hit pretty well, but not well enough as he just got under it. And Marcy will make the catch for out number 2. So the Giants have only got 4 outs now. Here we go. Here's Casey Schmidt. Schmidt feels like the only dude that can do anything today. At least he's decided to turn up. I'm on the reason the Angels have Los Angeles in it because of public relations. Yeah. Um, LA is a lot more well known for people like me as well than Anaheim. Now I know where Anaheim is, but just being called the LA Angels, it's branding as well, isn't it? As Insane says, just like how San Jose is part of the Bay Area or Newark is part of New York City area. Yeah. Insane says the Angels used to play at Dodger Stadium a long time ago. Didn't know that. As the 1-0 pitch to Casey Schmidt is a drive to centre field. That ball's carrying. That ball's carrying. That ball is going to be caught at the wall by Marcy. Well, I told you. I thought Casey Schmidt may be the only guy that does something. He put a good swing on that one, but it's a long centre field in Miami, and the ball is not carrying today. Logan Webb will come out for the bottom of the 8th. Logan Webb may be the only pitcher used for the Giants today if they don't come back, which is a testament to how good Logan Webb has been since coming back from the IL. This game's going to be over after. It's going to be a 2-hour 20 game. This is Giants offense is doing absolutely nothing. I mean, it's pathetic. Just 4 hits today for the Giants. If the Rockies win today, which they are winning now 1-0, as you can see at the bottom of the scoreboard there, then we're only half game ahead of them, I think. I mean, this is pathetic. Armand, did you see all the stadiums, the NFL stadiums have been rebranded for the World Cup because FIFA requires them to so like MetLife is now called the New York, New Jersey Stadium, just so it's more recognizable for foreign fans. And then they're changing all the signs as well in the area so people know where to go. I think that is the work that's gone into that is crazy. As Zimzum says, if we lose, Webb shouldn't get the loss. Give it to Adamas. Um, Zimzum, I actually don't blame you, but at the end of the day, Webb's been worse than the Marlins pitchers. He still gave up 2 runs, and you can't. Zimzum, believe it or not, you can be perfect and pitch 0, pitch a shutout. So while it feels harsh in this sort of game, he is going to get the loss. But I get what you mean. As Armand did see that, yeah. I also, Armand, what's your opinion of MetLife getting the final for the World Cup? I don't think MetLife Stadium is that great, and the area around it, I don't think it's that great. I think there was way more better options. As here's Mac, the catcher. Mac is going to take inside, and it's 1-0. Have we had a challenge today, guys? I don't think we've had a challenge today. It's been a weird game, weird quiet game. As there's a strike to Mac, and it's 1-1. Yeah, Armon and Zimzim both agree. MetLife is a giant toilet bowl. Yeah, I'm shocked they had the final there. It must be because of money, because it's New Jersey, right next to New York. But like, first of all, right, I've seen people say the Azteca in Mexico should hold the final. They were never holding the final in Mexico and or Canada. It was always going to be in America. I thought LA SoFi Stadium's the nicest stadium, I think, as it's 2-2. I thought that's where they may hold the final. But as Armand says, they only wanted it because of the New York, New Jersey area. Money trumps everything, yeah. But I thought, yeah, I thought LA. I thought when USA played there, that was pretty amazing. As a 2-2 pitch then by Webb to Mac. Webb fires. There's a sharp ground ball straight to Devers. Devers will step on first for out number 1. Yeah, Wilson says it as well. MetLife having the final is a joke. It's a soulless stadium. I agree. I mean, I've never been to it, but I was watching a video of someone who walked 6 hours from, New York to New Jersey, took a cruise over as well. Well, not cruise, but a, whatever you call it, a boat over as well. As that pushes inside to Coronawby, and it's 1-0. Took 6 hours to walk to it, and the area looked absolutely it does not look like a special area. And then over here, we have a couple broadcasters say, as that pitch is fouled off by Coronawby, and it's 1-1. It's a nightmare to get out of, MetLife after the game, in and out. It was not designed great to get lots of people in and out of the area. So, also, you know, it's a shame MetLife can't keep the grass the whole season, as the Padres have tied it up at 3-3 in Texas, as that pitch is inside to Coronawby. Now, I know they can't keep grass because 2 teams play on that pitch, and the weather, won't allow it. Also, why don't, the Giants or the Mets have separate stadiums? That annoys me. I hate when teams play in the same stadium as, it's 2 and 2, 3 and 1, sorry, to Conor Norby. It's like, the Raiders, right? They played in the same stadium as, the baseball team, the Coliseum, right? As there's a drive by Conor Norby, that one though is gonna fall in front of Schmidt for a base hit. Well, I thought he may have got a home run. Instead, it was actually had loads of topspin on it. He didn't actually get it that well, but he will have a single. Like stadiums when they have more than one team, I don't get it, but it saves them a lot of money. So it's still 9-2 Milwaukee. Webb is at 98 pitches. They will want him to get through 8 here. Eric Miller and Caleb Killiams warming up in the bullpen. Do not bring in Eric Miller. As that pitch is low and it's 1-0. Webb is command starting to go. As Insane says, what was that route by Casey? He just gave up on that ball halfway through. Armon, MetLife does not have grass because the Giants and Jets don't want to pay for it. They say it's too expensive to keep up. Well, I'm sorry. As the 1-0 pitch is down, and this should be Webb's last batter here if he doesn't get command here. The NFL is there's so much money involved. Just pay for grass. Every player hates that turf. As Wilson says, yeah, that is super lame. Chargers and Rams and Jets and Giants. Yeah. As the 2-0 pitch is a strike and fouled out of play. The runner did go there, Colin Norby. Like Gooey, sorry, wanted. He wanted the Giants runners to go. We haven't seen that today. We've seen Miami go a couple of times today. The Chargers and Rams stadium's nice, but it's just weird when you see 2 home teams in one stadium. It just feels wrong. As in saying that's right, Wilson, but the Chargers get to play there for free. As I also said, someone Wilson said, I think the Rams, as there's a ground ball, and Devers is going to field it for out number 1. I'm pretty sure that was a bunt attempt. Actually, I wasn't looking, but Marcy may have had a bunt attempt there. So the runner gets the second. Yeah, it was a bunt attempt. A sack bunt there by Marcy. And the Miami Marlins are going to play to try and get 1 run here. That's weird, Wilson. The Chargers pay the Rams rent. Just build your own stadium. Now, I don't know the logistics in terms of San Diego. Well, they're in LA now, obviously, but I still want the Chargers to go back to San Diego. San Diego deserves to have a American football team. Their fans show up for the Padres. They deserve it. Yeah, Wilson literally just said the same thing as I'm saying it. I wish the Chargers would go back to San Diego. Yeah. Anthony, cheap ass Chargers can't afford their own stadium. That's why they moved to LA. I know. And as the NFL gets richer, hopefully they start thinking about moving back. 'Cause, the LA fans, there's, like, no fans in LA anyway. They're all 49ers fans in LA. So a runner at second here. Yeah, Conine will be up for the Marlins, trying to add on 1 run. Webb is at 102 pitches. There was a mound visit. This will be his last batter. Can he get through it and, give the Giants bullpen a rest unless they, make a comeback? As there's a weak ground ball straight to Devers. Devers gonna step on first. Logan Webb. Round of applause in the chat for Logan Webb. 8 strong innings for Webb. Just 2 runs given up. 4 hit how many hits, sorry? 5 hits. Not much more you can ask for your ace. He would have had to be perfect today if, the Giants were gonna get the win. That's, how many outings has Logan Webb done recently where he's gone 8 innings as well? Fair play to the dude. Where would we be without him? Yeah, Wilson with the round of applause. Good outing from Webb. The only good pitcher on this team right now. As Wilson says, playing there for free is wild. I guess the Rams get concessions money or parking. Um, I know, I know. Now, they don't get any money, I would assume, for the Super Bowl being held at SoFi. Now, I actually think I've got a all Rams Super Bowl. Sorry, LA Super Bowl. I got Rams Chargers in the NFL. Don't know about you guys, but that is my prediction. As it's 9-7 now in Kansas City to the Cardinals. I think the Bengals may be good this year as well. Um, they just always have to deal with injuries. Can Joe Burrow stay healthy? He can never stay healthy. Zim thinks Herbert sucks. No, Zim, I get that, but I think they're just going to run the ball through the AFC. I think you get Joe, you get Rashawn Slater, and their running back Omar and Hampton. I just think they're going to run through the AFC, and Justin Herbert won't have to do much. But bear in mind, they added Mike McDaniel as well. Anthony, did the Bengals fix their defense? They traded for Dexter Lawrence, didn't they? They traded the 10th pick for Dexter Lawrence. And I think they may have added someone to the secondary as well. We'll see if it's enough. But let's see how good Dexter Lawrence does. Um, they did lose Trey Hendrickson though, so maybe they didn't. So Webb, 103 pitches, 8 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Lake Bakar is going to come in and close the game for the Marlins, and he throws a strike to Rafi Devers. Can the Giants avoid getting swept? I know Zim, but Trey Hendrickson, I don't know about Trey Hendrickson. As the 0-1 pitch to Devers is a foul ball, and it's 0-2. Insane says he thinks Kroenke's too rich to care about rent. Well, Insane, Arsenal just won the Premier League as well. So, there's that as well. Wilson, as the 0-2 pitch to Devers is high, and it's 1-2. Who does everyone think's going to win the NL and AL Rookie of the Year? I've got Kevin McGonigal in the AL. I think that's pretty simple. And I think JJ Weatherholt in the NL. Although I would like it to be Bryce Eldridge, as that pitch is outside and it's 2-2. I just think because Weatherholt plays defense, that's why he's going to win it. So that would be right now. That's who I think is going to win it: McGonigal and Weatherholt. As Bakar, the fires a 2-2 pitch, and it's low and it's 3-2. Can Devers get a walk here? That would make things interesting. So Noha has came in to play third base for the Marlins. But who does everyone else think in the chat? As a 3-2 pitch to Devers is a close pitch. It's going to be a ball. No challenge. So Devers walks. Would you pinch run Rafi Devers for Jonah Cox? Serious question. Devers is saying no. Right, big moment for Tony Vitello here. Big moment. Tony, Devers is saying no. Tony wants to bring in Jonah Cox. Tony Vitello, bring in Jonah Cox. Don't let Devers say no. I swear to God. Bring Jonah Cox in. Don't let Devers say no. Fair play, Tony. You got to stand up. Don't let the money control you. Devers didn't want to come out. Got to come out. Tony, I like that. And Devers, you selfish twat. What are you doing, Devers? Don't tell the team no. Don't make it tough on your manager. Shut up. Bring Jonah Cox into the game. You're down by 1. I like that. You gotta go with that. Bring in the speed. I don't care, Devers. Your bat has not been good enough. You should not stay in the game. I like that from Tony Vitello. As Lee swings and misses. I'm sorry. Do not make it difficult on the manager. Don't start waving your finger. Don't be a prick. I actually like that from Tony Vitello. Bring in the speed guy. I'm sorry. Don't let Devers tell you what to do. He ain't running the show, and I'm happy he didn't back down. As there's a ball outside to Jung Hoo Lee. As Armon says, per Sarah Langs, Logan Webb is the first Giants pitcher to go 8+ innings in 3 consecutive starts since Madison Bumgarner in June 2015. There you go. And 2010, Matt Cain. As the 1-1 pitch to Jung Hoo Lee is a high fly ball that to left field. Ruiz is going to come in and make the catch for out number 1. Gooey, they've got to send Jonah Cox here. That's why you bring him in. Anthony Devers, he probably does one out of San Francisco. Bunt and let this guy run second. You got to move him over. Yeah, Gooey. I agree with everything you're saying. As Anthony says, hopefully Cox doesn't forget how many outs there are. Yeah, hopefully, Anthony. As Adamas takes a strike and it's owned one. Willie Adamas has been an absolute clown show today. He's been an embarrassment. So 0-1 here to Adamas. There's a ground ball. This one could be the game over. As there's 1, there's 2. Willie Adamas, what a joke you are, mate. An absolute embarrassment of a game. 2 strikeouts, a double play to end it. They never even stole the base. So right now, Devers is unhappy. Cox didn't even steal. Gooey, why are you not in that dugout telling them what to do? The Giants lose. What a joke this team is. Webb gets the loss. They get swept in Miami. They suck in Miami. Um, what what a joke. I hate Rafi Devers. I'm sorry. Don't start complaining, going, oh no. Don't start doing that. If Tony Vitello is telling you what to do, don't make it tough on him. As Jew says, a quality L for Webb and the race for the NL West basement continues. As the Giants get swept, not one sweep yet, but they get brushed aside by the Marlins. They only score 1 run today. Casey Schmidt is the only guy that stood up offensively. Zimson, they're not going to cut Devers, but I would like them to cut Devers. Insane says, "Get the fuck off my team, you a dumbass," as he's talking about Willie Adamas. Wilson boos. Insane, what was Devers doing? Who does he think he is? You have been playing ass, buddy. I know. When you aren't good enough, your bat's been crap. Don't start wagging your fingers at someone. I'm sorry. Don't do that. That just makes it way more miserable for the team if you're letting your mood get to Vitello. And I'm happy Vitello didn't back down and he stuck with the pinch runner. It didn't work out, but that wasn't Jonah Cox's fault. But he should have tried a seal. As Insane says, at least in Boston he was playing well, so he could act like a prick. But you cannot do that when you suck right now. Yep, Insane, spot on. Don't act like a prick when you're batting 240 and your OPS is rubbish for your high standards. And you made a defensive mishap even today. So guys, Giants lose. This game was done in about 2 hours and 15 minutes. A rapid, quick game today. I appreciate everyone for joining. As always, Zim Zim, Insane, Wilson, Juice, um, uh, Gooey for joining as well. Anthony, Armand, good to see you, Armand, as well. Wilson, if I already said you, Wilson, Scott could make it today. Scott and Spencer, I know you couldn't make it, but appreciate your support as always. Um, I'm going to come off now, guys, but take care to all. Giants are on an off day tomorrow. We will be streaming Norway Senegal tomorrow on the off day. So look out for that one. But take care, everybody. And until next time, that's all from me here on Jolly Good Takes. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.
Thank you. Thank you. See you next time. It was a blast. That's all for today. Join me next time on Jolly Good Takes.